Problem by the Sex Pistols, one of the thrashiest songs off the Never Mind the Bollocks album, and a song that laid down the blueprint for what aggressive punk rock would soon become. So let's jump in, learn a quick lesson on how to play this song. Hey guys, welcome to Quickfix Guitar. My name is Aaron. If you're new around here, what I do is I upload 3 guitar lessons per week, Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, on songs from a variety of genres, but with hard rock, rock, punk and metal being the main focus. I also do review the odd piece of gear from time to time, guitars, pedals, amps, you name it, I love talking about it. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider hitting the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single upload, and let's jump into this lesson on this thrashy Sex Pistols song. Alright, lesson time, Problem by the Sex Pistols. Really like this song. It's super sloppy, super fun to play. You can get a bit loose. You know, you can hit a few bung notes in there. It doesn't really matter that much as long as you're getting the idea and the feel of it. It's really fun to play. And I mean, isn't that what punk rock should be all about? So for this one, we are in standard tuning and we're on the bridge pickup here. I've got my Boss Katana on the lead channel with the gain at about 1 o'clock, so pretty gainy. And I've tried to match the tone with Steve Jones's from the album as best I could, but it's in the ballpark, you'll get an idea, okay? So for this one, the intro riff is also the chorus riff, which is also the verse riff, just different variations of it. But I'll start with the intro riff. So it starts on the D power chord here, index finger on the 5th fret, A string, ring finger on the 7th fret on the D string, and you can add your pinky there on the 7th fret of the G string if you like. That's the way I like to do it, okay? So it starts with a D to a C, and then I'll show you the next part after that. So the strumming pattern, I should say, I'll start off with that. It's pretty simple. It's one that you see on all kinds of acoustic numbers and punk rock numbers. So it's down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you can learn that, or if you already know that, you're already halfway through playing the song. But if you get that strumming pattern right, the rest of the song will just fall into place. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. All right. So we go from the D to the C. So 2 hits on the D, followed by a few more on the C. 3. And then we come back here and we play this sort of open string riff. That's actually pretty unusual for the Sex Pistols on that album. It's probably the only one that utilizes doing these open strings kind of riffs. Mostly it's all bar chord stuff. That's probably why this one's so fun to play. So you're barring with your index finger on the 5th fret on the D, and you can get the G in there as well if you want. And then your middle finger on the 6th and your ring finger on the 7th, okay? And then we're playing this A string open. We're muting the low E with our thumb, so we don't want that ringing. You don't want that ringing out. It's just the A open and the D string. And if you get the G in there, that's okay as well. So you're playing down, up with your ring finger on the 7th fret here. Then you lift it off. You play it 1 on the 5th, just once on the 5th fret here with the A string open. Then you reach up with your ring finger and you're playing the A string on the 7th fret. Then back, you lift it off, back to your index finger on the 5th fret on the D with the A string open. And then back to the start with your ring finger on the 7th fret at the D string. That was quite a mouthful, but hopefully that helps. And then you play it once more, you lift your finger off to that 5th fret on the D with the A open. Just like that. So it sounds really dissonant, all these open strings and stuff ringing out and in there. It sounds really cool. And as I mentioned, you get super sloppy with that one. It's really groovy actually. It's kind of fun. So that is the intro riff, and it's also the chorus riff. But when it comes in as the intro riff, there's obviously no vocals on it. Then we get to the verse, which is just a variation of the chorus riff. So it's all down picked. So instead of that strumming, it's all partially palm muted and it's a lot quieter. So he backs off his attack a bit. And when we're playing this part down here with the open string, he's doing a less complicated version of that. So coming out of the intro riff / chorus into the verse, this is what it should look like. So you're just putting your palm on the bridge there. You're still playing the D to the C, but it's just palm muted. And then you're coming back here and you're just playing the same thing as before. Open A string, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D. And you can just lift it up once and do a hammer on. So lift to the 5 or the 5th fret, back to the 7th. Now in the recording, it's really hard to hear exactly what he's playing all the time, but it sounds like he's doing different little variations all the time. It's never the same the whole way through. So you can do a double hammer on, or just one, whatever suits you. That's what I mean by getting super sloppy with it. You can just sort of wing it there. So he's just sort of making it up as he goes. But for certain, the 4th time through you're doing that in the verse, you can hear he's doing this little run with his middle finger and ring finger. So on the 4th one, he's playing it like this. So he plays it 6, 7, open. On the A string. And then he goes back to playing it the way he was before. So that's the verse, and then we eventually get to the chorus. So we jump up here to an A power chord, muting the low E with our thumb, A string open, 2nd fret barring on the D and the G. And with that one you can sort of do a swinging, sort of a strumming motion, or you can just play it all down. I tend to vary it depending on how I'm feeling when I get up there. Then we go to a B major power chord. So instead of playing a bar chord, it is technically a bar chord. Instead of playing a power chord, we play a B major. So that's B string, 2nd fret at the A string. And then with our ring finger, we're barring across on the 3rd fret, the D, G, and the B. And then he reaches down with his pinky and does like this suspended chord with his pinky on the B and the high E at the 5th fret. And then lifts it off for the last one. Then we slide that to a C major bar chord there, and we do the exact same pattern. And then we're back to the chorus riff. So I'll show you what that looks like coming out of the verse. So that's all the parts. That's the intro, the chorus, the verse, and the pre-chorus just there. And now I'll show you what's happening underneath the solo. And it's really easy because it's just the chorus riff. Plays all the way underneath the solo. And now I'll show you what the solo looks like, and that's super easy as well. So we're down here at the 5th fret, again doing this Chuck Berry lick that Steve Jones sort of reinvented and made his own. And put it into punk rock. So we're barring at the B and the high E at the 5th fret when we're playing that. And we're bending that G note at the 7th. And you can get super sloppy with it. Doesn't matter, it sounds really cool. So he does that for quite a few bars, it goes on for a while. And then eventually he'll jump up and do some double stops here. Something like that, okay? You can feel free to wing it there, but he's doing basically some double stops there. So he's barring on the 7th fret on the G and the B, and if you get the high E in there, so be it. And then he's lifting off and going to the 5th with the same bar on the G and the B. And you can put a little bend in there every now and then if you want. Something like that. And then he goes back to that Chuck Berry lick. And then he jumps, coming out of the solo back into the chorus. And that's pretty much how the song goes the whole way through. And then eventually at the end of the song, after going through the chorus riff a few more times, he'll come up and you'll hear Johnny Rotten saying the lyrics. You go, problem, problem. And underneath that, there's pretty much just an A chord going. You can hammer it on with your finger there. Kind of like the AC/DC style. And that pretty much plays for the last part of the song, all the way out, just that A chord. And then he starts soloing over the top of it and he's back down to this. And he's playing that the whole way through to the end. A few more double stops and he's sort of, you know, making it up as he goes towards the end. But it's just staying on that A chord. And that is pretty much how you play Problem by the Sex Pistols. And that, my friends, is how you play Problem by the Sex Pistols. One of the thrashiest songs off the album. Really, really cool. You can get loose, you can get sloppy. It's super easy to play. So if you did enjoy that lesson, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss a single upload. Feel free to give the video a like as well, that really helps the channel out. Comment below what's your favourite Sex Pistols song. Also, don't forget to check out the Nevermind the Bollocks playlist, which will pop up somewhere around here. That's going to get you playing all the rhythm, all the leads, for the whole album front to back, including the B-sides as well. With that being said, hopefully you enjoyed your quick fix, enjoy the cover, and I'll catch you in the next video. Catch ya.